Welcome back to the build here. There's something I want to discuss today, and that's going to be basically the uprights and the y-axis. What I've decided to do at this point in time is redesign it. If you've been following this, you know that originally I've been using wood in place of the more commonplace steel uprights and the 80-20, 60-30 beam that runs across here. The reason I did that was because I wanted to do an all wood build and I was trying to save money. But after recent experiences, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and try it the other way. I mean, at least partially. So the reason why is I'm getting a little bit of deflection. Right now I've got this dial gauge set up on 0, so you can see what I'm going to do is just take the z-axis up here and kind of push it back and forth so you can see the deflection that's happening here. And I'm using a little bit of force to make this happen, but really I think that's pretty attributable to the wood. The wood's just not as rigid as I'd like it to be, and that starts from this beam that goes all the way across, even though it's reinforced with the steel, and I got some 90-degree runs. I think a large portion of that probably is in fact due to my uprights that I've designed. So I'm going to scrap all that stuff and do it a little bit differently, a little bit more robust, and obviously it's going to cost some more money to do it, but figure better do it right and get the results that I'm looking for. So here's what I've elected to do. I went over to a surplus metal area and picked up some aluminum drops. These are solid 1 1/4 inch thick, and right now they're about I think they're 5 inches wide, roughly 10 inches long or so. But the combined weight of these guys alone right here is, I want to say it was close to 30 pounds. So, I mean, it's pretty substantial metal. I mean, even though it is aluminum, once I do what I plan on doing, I seriously doubt this is going to flex. Certainly not as much as what I currently have in place. Since I'm doing that, I'm also going to replace this entire y-axis, and I'm going to go ahead and use the 80-20, 60-30 beam. Which I've heard is very rigid as well, probably much more so than what I've got going on. So obviously, you know, it's not as rigid as steel, but I got to find a happy balance. Originally that was one of the main reasons of me going with this rather than the 80-20 was due to the weight savings I thought I'd be able to get away with, and also cost. That stuff's not cheap. So ultimately, this is a little SketchUp drawing I did real quick to give you an idea of kind of the direction I'm heading here. And of course it's going to change from this. I just wanted to show you, basically I'm going to take one of these blocks and I'm going to be machining this out right here, and pretty much going with a 90-degree set in a dado, bolted through the bottom, and then some sort of method of connecting it here, whether it's going to be a L bracket or another giant block of aluminum, I don't know, but it's going to be quite rigid when I'm done. I can guarantee that more than what I got. So that's just a quick idea of what I'm thinking about doing. Alright, so I went ahead and I ordered that 80-20, and I got it over here. I'm about to unbox it and put that in this video as well, see how it turned out, because the box is kind of messed up looking, so hopefully it's not damaged. So here it is, fresh from the UPS truck, delivered today. Giant box. This is says 66 inches long. I'm not going to need all that, but it was cheaper to buy a used piece on eBay rather than a new piece for sure. When it just came off the truck, unfortunately, this is all opened up, so I'm going to open up the thing for real and see if there's any damage. I couldn't see anything in there, and even if it is messed up just on the end parts, I'm not using this entire beam anyway, so I'll go ahead and get this mounted up, and we'll open it up and take a look. Decent packing job. Unfortunately, like I said, the weight of this thing is it's a lot, and I'm sure, you know, I used to work in the shipping industry as well, and they don't exactly take care of stuff. So as long as it made it here relatively good shape, I'll be happy. Build underway. So this was from eBay on their surplus side. And all in all, they said it had some light scratches and whatnot. And I honestly am not seeing anything here. This looks brand new. Upon closer inspection, there is one area right here. That is the only defect I see in the whole piece, and that's I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch gouge across that thing, but whatever, you know. So yeah, all in all, I mean, their used stuff is in incredible condition for what it is. So I'm gonna throw this thing on a scale and see what it does weigh, because I'm curious. It's pretty heavy. Alright, here we go, putting it on a regular floor scale. Let's see what this tears out at. 35.5 pounds. So I'm going to add up the gantry risers that we're using and see how much all this is going to weigh. So I thought before it was about 30 pounds or so. See if it even registers. So about 25. So all in all, 35 for the gantry, and then 25 for the risers. What was that 60 pounds? So 60 pounds of weight. I can assure you that you know, the wood that I've been using on there for that currently, that might be 15 pounds total, maybe. Those uprights are next to nothing. It's a lot of plywood, so a lot more weight now for those stepper motors to push around, but I should get the rigidity I'm looking for, hopefully. So that concludes this video here. I'm going to go into how I'm all going to make this now.